Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time, episode 63, which I'm pretty sure qualifies us as the longest running soccer show in the world. Welcome aboard. Uh,
Somebody should
we are
fact check
streaming
them.
live on Twitch and YouTube, 9 p.m. Eastern. But for those of you guys that like to catch up with us later on, we are also available on all podcasting platforms. Make sure you leave comments below. Hit us up at Twitter. I'm pretty sure Dan says we have a Twitter. Send us some comments. We wanted to get you involved. Also, subscribe, like the show. If you found us, you pretty much owe us. That's kind of my philosophy. But that's all I got. So say hello, fellas.
Hey,
How we
what's
doing?
up? Got a lot to talk about this week. Let's get going.
We do have a lot to start. I think what we should start off with the World Cup qualification. We had the draw. So for those guys that saw us last episode, I pretty much spent the entire 45 minutes rubbing my head and crying. And because we did not qualify. And then since then, we've had the draw. So now we know what Italy has to actually do to qualify for the World Cup and to avoid failure to qualify for 2 straight tournaments in a row. So you want me to just explain the draw? So the way that the format is, the European teams are going to be thrown into 4 different pots, 4 different groups, with 4 teams each. However, not like your typical group format where they get to play everybody and most points goes on. They will have the semifinal draw where they get one head-to-head clash versus North Macedonia,
which is a home game.
Which is a home game. Woo! And then if they somehow manage to pass the mighty Macedonians, they will go on to play the winner of Portugal versus Turkey
in
Portugal, which means we have a unique opportunity to tell Ronaldo he is not going to participate in his final World Cup.
Vice versa.
Or FIFA has a chance to ensure Ronaldo is in the World Cup. So, for those of you guys that are betting like the odds, just something to contemplate. Fellas,
Don't start with that whole match fixing thing. If they wanted Ronaldo in the World Cup, they wouldn't have gave them Italy as a possible opponent. So there's nothing fixed, no scandal there. So anyone who
let's wait till the game to play out.
You know, anyone
you'll change your tune if they get 2 bad penalties called on them and 2 guys thrown out.
That always happens. I don't think it's fixed.
We should say these games are in March, so there's a long time.
Thank God.
Yes, that's a good thing, right? Because Italy's playing terrible right now, and they need to figure some things out. So more time.
So what are your thoughts?
He gets to look at people.
General thoughts on the fact that no matter how this plays out, even if Portugal and Italy win their first games and go on to the final, one of those 2 big teams are not going to participate in the World Cup. So give me some thoughts on that. What do you guys think there?
Well, just in general, that sucks. I mean, if you see the 12 teams that were in this thing, or however many was, the 16 teams, for those 2, for one of them not to be there, that's unfortunate for everyone around the world that doesn't get to see them. It happens. So these 2 teams put themselves in this position. All these teams did. So I don't feel bad for anyone who doesn't make it. You should have done better in those groups, and especially Italy.
I think the rule has to be changed. I think if we are a champion, European champion, I think we deserve to go on to participate, to represent the European people. It's 2 years.
I mean, that's a big change that you're proposing.
No, I think they deserve the European champions should be there to represent Europe. I mean,
at the very least,
if let's say if Italy doesn't make it, right, Brazil, Argentina, whoever win the World Cup, they might say, "Oh, but Italy wasn't there."
Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks that way except the Italians.
No, that's true.
I really don't think so either.
Because here's the deal. Last World Cup, somebody won it. I don't even remember who it was because I blacked it out of memory. Nobody goes, take away my World Cup because Italy wasn't there.
They should. You know what they should? I'll tell you why they should. Because Italy, they had even 36, 38 game. Beautiful game. Unbeaten. And now we're up in 1 game. You lose it to whoever. Switzerland, and you're out.
Well, they did, yeah. Well, this is my point. I think, this just shows that it's very hard to qualify in certain regions of the world, right? Europe is the hardest one. And, Italy had a great run, whatever it was, 36 unbeaten? How many did they actually have? I forgot the thing already. They didn't actually lose any games, right? They didn't lose any games in their group. They just managed to tie 4 of them. So are they at fault? Yes, right? Like tying Bulgaria, tying some of these crappy teams, like it's their own fault. But you shouldn't be able to go through qualification, not lose, and be at risk of not making the World Cup. At the very least, they should have seeded these teams. Like, instead of just putting, you should have it seeded where Portugal and Italy. What's the point of the FIFA rankings then?
Yeah, like the
why
raffle
not? Why not say, hey, out of the teams here, the 16, why not do it by FIFA rankings then? What's the point?
So you want it just done differently?
I just want it done differently so you avoid both of these teams. I don't like Portugal, but I would like to see them in a World Cup with Italy.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
I think
at the end of the day, no matter what we say, they're not going to change it. It's whatever. They screwed themselves.
They might change in the future.
So here's the thing that I'll say.
Now
I don't agree with you guys saying on changing all this stuff. They haven't won. They didn't win enough. They didn't get enough points. It's their fault. My issue with this format right here is that you're having a one-off game against someone in a final away. How is that fair?
Yeah, how is that fair? It's not. You're right, Dan. That's
me.
Another great point. Why isn't it a neutral stadium?
That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like why is it in Portugal? How did that work?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think Italy should be home against North Macedonia either. I think that should be neutral also.
Agreed. So is Portugal playing home versus Turkey as well?
Yes, Portugal's home versus Turkey, and then
Portugal,
the winner of that game is home versus whoever they play.
Two game home.
Yes. Yeah. How is this?
Why they need to have 2 game home?
Well, it was random. It was just luck.
How is this random, though?
That is so stupid.
No, but that's how they decided it. They literally picked out of a pot.
Is that what they did? They said home, away.
They picked out home and away at the pot.
That's
ridiculous.
Stupid.
Why not have this is a great point that you made, Dan. I didn't even think about that. Why not have, there's going to be 4 of these final knockout games ahead of time. You don't know the teams that are going to go. Why not have 4 neutral sites and just say you can't play at home, right?
You spend the week over there. Everyone plays. You set up games, and that's it. You don't go traveling.
Why they not put a 2 round first? Do whoever win for the first game, they eat the second game.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Let's say first and second round, right? They play 1 and 2.
Well, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I don't know why isn't it 2? Why isn't it 2 games? Why is
why isn't it a home and home? Like if you're going to do it that way,
why is it a 1 knockout?
It's really stupid the way
because it's 1 international break and they have to have 2 games.
Yeah, they're clumping all these games up in 1 international
because we're
break.
just assuming, right? Something's not going to go wrong and North Macedonia or Turkey doesn't beat Portugal. It's possible in a 1 game, right? It's totally
anything
possible.
can happen. Yeah, and I guess
Turkey's
that's
going
the
to go to
excitement
Portugal.
to it.
Turkey's going to go to Portugal with no stress, right? The complete underdog. If they play a good game, who's to say they can't win?
For sure. Yeah, they're playing with house money.
So I think, but you guys made a good point there. I'm glad you brought that up. The whole, we're playing them away or we're playing home is ridiculous. If you want to do that in the first, you have the higher seeded teams or something in the semifinal, but the final game should just be neutral stadium. Because it's 1 game that and again, why is Portugal home or Italy? Because they picked something out of a hat, Chris said. That's
it. They literally, the way they did the pots, and they just said it was just random. There were 2 balls, home or.
It's just like that. That's just it's not fair to me. It's done. Whatever.
My question to FIFA would be: are you guys happy with this draw? Are you happy having a World Cup? Why? Because they think they're going to get a good rating with 1 game, Italy, Portugal, versus having both in a World Cup.
Well, I think they're happy. They're going to get good World Cup ratings anyway.
I think they are happy, but they'd rather have those teams for 3 games in the World Cup.
100%.
To me, it look like even like a championship when people wait 1 team to take out another team. So at the end, they have the preferred team to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
let's say, let's talk about championship. Now we are at the Ottawa, no, right? So everybody, for example, there's PCG against the Manchester City. I know everybody think one take the other one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but if you're
No,
looking,
now the World Cup, like poor Portugal, Italy, they take already one out.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I guess the point is, if this game, Portugal, Italy, happens in the second, third round of the World Cup, everyone's excited, right? Big game.
Uh,
But when it happens to get to the World Cup and FIFA's looking at, well, we're either going to miss Ronaldo in his final World Cup before he retires. That's not a win for us,
yeah.
right? Ronaldo's one of the biggest names in the game. Or we miss a team in Italy that just put together a very nice tournament in Europe.
Yeah,
and they
a
were a very
historic
entertaining team. Like,
Yeah.
how is it a good thing for the tournament?
they should say we miss Bonucci and Chiellini too in that case.
Well, here's
Why
the,
not?
here's
The
the,
best defender, like Mourinho said,
Yeah.
they are the best
Yeah.
defender.
here's the thing
Yeah.
I would say about why I don't think it's fixed. I mean, obviously the home games for Portugal doesn't seem fair, but if they really wanted Portugal to go in, you think they would stick them with Turkey and then Italy? Like they
No.
got the hardest draw out of anyone.
No, I don't think the
So-
draw is fixed at all. I don't think the draw is fixed, but
No,
I
no,
worry
but it's
about-
in part it's fixed because they play home with it.
Well, if you're
No.
saying that, I mean, I don't think it was, but I think it's just luck on that part.
I don't
but-
think the draw is fixed. What I really worry about, and I've got to be honest, is when it comes to push comes to shove, and they go, we have Ronaldo, who's got what? How many millions of global followers?
It's
right?
a big deal.
100 million followers. He's Ronaldo. Little girls know his name.
Mhm.
Do we want him in the World Cup? Or do we want Italy, which is a good team, but we got another bunch of other good teams. We don't really
And this
care.
is not just, it's even the ref they think about. this.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. The ref, right?
Yeah.
The pressure of that, right? When it's like,
Dude.
if Italy's up 1-0,
Put it-
and they're like,
put-
ooh, like,
Put it this
I
way.
don't know.
Italy versus
Hey,
Portugal.
It remind me the championship, the final, Juventus Real Madrid, where they didn't give us, they didn't give a penalty to them at the last second.
Exactly.
Which wasn't a penalty.
Exactly.
Yeah. But going back to that, Italy versus
And
Portugal. This guy's
one game from Juventus, the one of recent game, there was a penalty. Ronaldo was with us. It was a penalty in our favor. They didn't give to us. Depends
Yeah.
on what they play who play.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, it's fine. Let's
No,
move
go.
on.
We want to hear. Cap it
No,
off.
move on. It's fine.
No, cap it off.
It's fine. Go next thing.
Anyway,
You
about
said Portugal,
Ronaldo,
Italy. Yeah.
about Ronaldo,
It's fine.
Dominic say in World Cup is going to be five months older, and plus in the meantime, I have to see if he still play with Manchester. Now they have a new coach. They already put him in the bench.
Oh, yeah, you said. All right, I
Wait,
think
what?
we're getting too far.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
getting
put
too
it-
far into
Yeah,
this.
too
as far
far.
as
Yeah, too far.
Ronaldo. You're talking about something different. You're talking about his club team and the fact that he got benched in Manchester this weekend.
Yeah, but
I don't really
that
give a
was
shit
the
about
same
that.
reason why Juventus get rid of him.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe really follow the money in anything. And I just know a World Cup with Ronaldo and it makes them more money than a World Cup with Italy in it. That's all. So I just think if at all that it comes into play, it's not in Italy's favor. That's all.
Bringing it back to Italy, they have until March to figure out this roster. You've heard names that they want to convert people to Italian. You want João Pedro, Ibanez, someone else,
Do it.
Chris. Wasn't there another person?
Why Ibanez, Pedro?
João
Yeah.
Pedro, Ibanez.
And one other
There was
person too,
One
right?
other person, I can't remember. But
No, I don't know.
him, he needs to figure out this roster. He needs to settle on a striker, figure out if Immobile, hopefully he'll be healthy and, probably will be his go-to guy, but he needs more from the bench. He needs to have a better roster. Is someone like Scamacca going to get a chance and be that backup striker or possibly get a start in one of those games? Who knows? He's got 4 months to figure it out.
There's a lot to figure out in 4 months. It's interesting to say that from a team that just won the Euros, right?
Well-
And didn't lose a game except for one friendly versus Spain,
Let,
right?
let's hope that backup forward's not Belotti or, God forbid, Balotelli. Jesus
Well,
Christ. I
honestly,
heard that
it's-
name. and
It's
I was
not
just
going to
like,
be either of those two.
ugh.
Well, we've been saying that for a while, right? People laughed like when we're like, "Oh, give Scamacca a chance." Is he really worse than Belotti? Like, no.
No.
And
Play the
injuries
guy
are
who's in form.
Injuries are going to take a huge part into this too. Pellegrini's always hurt. Calabria's always hurt. Spinazzola will be back by then. Who knows? He
Yeah,
might
but
be the
he'll just be
difference.
coming back. I doubt.
I know, but who knows? Maybe he goes in there.
Belotti has been more than 1 year playing bad.
Yeah, and he just got hurt too.
So do you guys think the biggest issue with Italy is the striker? Is that what you guys are saying? Or I think they actually fell a lot as a group mentally after winning the Euros, and they took their foot off a little bit, and that's why
but after Immobile, the
There's
second choice is
There's
Belotti.
nothing there.
Yeah,
They make a mistake.
Yeah,
because he didn't do nothing to be second.
Forwards.
Well, he's Immobile's best friend.
Yeah, they're very, very close friends.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so what?
For the group, but you got to
sense.
have someone you can actually. You got to have someone you can actually play.
Morata's good player, good guy, but he does score. That's why we criticize him.
Striker's definitely their weakest position. I think they're just too tired. I think they're worn down.
Well,
So that's
I don't think they're
going
going to be any less tired
by March.
I know. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I think the problem with those is because you see, even we can play even without the forward. If we could play Chiesa, Berardi, Insigne, they're okay.
Yeah, they tried that.
Well, now we have Kaiser
It didn't work
too.
last time.
I mean, you have to see if they are in form, they get in shape.
But he's got some people to figure out, right? Like Spinazzola, like he needs to get a better replacement than Florenzi, right? Like you got Calabria, hopefully he'll play.
He has to make a show Acerbi's in form, otherwise you don't call him
He's
alone.
been terrible.
Acerbi is, I'm telling you, I've been saying Acerbi is just like a name with some experience, but like,
in his best day, but if you play lately, he better stay home.
It'll be interesting. I think the whole thing is going to hinge on their mentality, and if Mancini can actually wrap their heads around, giving their all and doing what they did in the Euros, that's going to be the difference. The way they have been playing hasn't been that. So
I will say, at first I was pretty bummed with the whole thing, right? Them just having to go to these playoffs and then get in Portugal, and I want to say I whined for like a little.
You were complaining like a little kid,
yeah, and then I kind of said, you know what, screw it, let's just knock Ronaldo out, let's take our place, right? Let's just take our place and let's just do it. Like you beat all these other teams, you can beat Portugal.
I'm hoping Demiral knocks him out.
Right, well, they even better. But I'm saying go win your 2 games and get to the World Cup, because we keep saying, it's their own fault. They tied all these games. Now you can't tie. Right, you have to go and you have to win. The bad part is that the nightmare is they play a good game versus Portugal, they go to overtime, but then they lose in penalties. Right, like one of those teams goes home in penalties.
Don't forget that. Let's hope Spinazzola is going to get good.
I don't know.
Because he will do. He does it for a team like him.
We really don't know how the roster is going to be. You can't predict that from now.
I don't think by March. I'm just going by the dates on the calendar.
Is going to be back now.
He's going to be back. He gets hurt every 2 months. He could be out again. By February.
From January to March, you're literally talking 90 days. So he's got to come back, get in form, right? Like. That's not. Look at Zaniolo. It's now been back for like 5 months. He's still not in form, right? Yeah. There's no guarantee.
I just 2-3 months down.
Drop my phone. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Final thoughts on this. I mean, I think we pretty much said it.
I hope they make it.
Horse shit. But I will find it more if they do end up advancing. I'll find more joy in it that we knocked Ronaldo out, I guess. I don't know. I don't even hate the guy that much.
I'm not even focused on the guy. I just want to make it. I don't care if it's him, Turkey, anyone. I just want to make it. So
because I will say, like 2 World Cups in a row without Italy, like in our lifetime until now, that was never even thought possible. Right? Like until now. And now
I had no interest in the last World Cup.
Me neither.
I'm not going to have it again if Italy's not in it. I don't even care if
US also didn't make the last.
I don't even care if they don't make it. If they make it, I will have no interest if Italy's not in it.
Oh no, see, I'm pulling for US. I'm
pulling for the U. I mean, I'll watch somebody, but of course, without US and Italy in it, there's less interest.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to this week because we had a lot of games, a lot of stuff going on. We could have had a whole podcast on Juventus, guys, because there's so much news and so much crap going on with them.
Please no.
So we're going to start with them because I don't know how long you guys are going to take on everything that's gone on. But let's start with the game first, and then we'll go on to everything else. 1-0 Atalanta over Juventus this weekend. There was a Saturday game. The first time Atalanta has beat Juventus at Juventus since 1989. So good job, guys. Thoughts? You guys start off. Somebody start us off.
The biggest thing right there is at the bottom. Chiesa McKennie hurt.
Yeah, Chiesa hurt. Chiesa hurt for till after Christmas. McKennie not as far, not as long injury.
But I think they push already Allegri to bring some young people. So they say instead of for Chiesa, they bring up a soul.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Sully's
dressed.
good.
He's
Sully's
dressed for
good.
tomorrow. Yeah.
They bring up us and then in the roster. Now, what I say, I mean, we know how we play. We know we don't have a midfield. We know some people not deserve to play Juventus. I don't understand. You know what I think about Allegri. I don't think he's a good coach.
I think a lot of people feel that way right now.
But
People
he
turn.
show because it's been 3-4 months. Sandro Sack is always there.
Welcome to 4 years ago.
I don't understand. And that side he play all the time, Sandro and Rabiot.
Mhm.
If we those is not good, that side with those two people, switch, put somebody else.
It's awful.
Anybody else can see, no?
So
So sometimes you go look for your trouble, your own things.
this game, it's so funny because it's exactly what we expect from this team, right? Like Allegri wanted them to defend. The first half, Atalanta pressed the hell out of them. Didn't really create a lot of chances, but we had a couple long, breakouts. The pass from McKennie to Chiesa, where Toloi made the nice stop.
That's what I say. If Chiesa would have scored that,
Yeah.
the situation would have been changed.
100%. But we're going back to ifs, right? If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Like it's the same thing. We don't play a good game. Out of 90 minutes, we play good for 4
Yes,
minutes.
Frank, but let me tell you something. We know Atalanta. We like Atalanta. We know his game is beautiful. But that's with Sunday with Juventus. He played one of the worst games.
I mean,
They
that's
didn't do
that's the
nothing.
point I want to make.
They
I
didn't
don't
do nothing.
I don't think Atalanta was good at all.
Was it good?
No,
No,
I don't
they were
think,
better
I
than
don't
us.
think they were.
No,
I-
they were. Why better
I
than
don't
us?
They were
They
better.
I
were.
don't think they were
Look
better
at the
either.
chance.
I think
We
they
had
were.
I
the
don't
chance
think they were
there.
better.
Especially the
They
second
go
half.
they go to score. Listen to me. Now I give you some tactic and technique. With Morata, maybe Allegri tell him to come back to pass the ball. But Morata has to learn not to pass those ball back. Forward, the most, and you see Valovic, when he get the ball, he turn, and when he switch to the right or the
Yeah,
left,
to the side, not behind.
to the side, not behind. So the goal they scored, it was his fault.
It was.
Well,
Yes,
it was.
it's-
He gave it away, but it was also a nice pass right away, one touch from Dishmidi.
Yeah, but he gave it to that guy. It wasn't
Yeah.
free. Our defense was up. And he scored.
Jim
whatever his
City.
name is.
So
Jim City.
they were trying to do the right thing. They were doing one touch, trying to play it quick, and then he just did an errant pass that led to a quick
But you
counter.
guys are forgetting we had five.
Forward,
We had
they
5
should not
giveaways
do the
before that.
pass back.
Yeah,
You got to
No.
do it. You just got to do it right.
you're right,
Just
and
can't give-
especially when Morata, when he's passing back, and you see who he's passing back to, it's like, do you really want to pass to those
And
guys?
when he passed back, when he passed back, he was like 25 meters. It's not the 1 and 2, small pass.
No, it was a terrible.
It was a long
So
pass.
you guys are telling me you think Juventus played a good game? Is that what
I
you're saying?
think Juventus.
better than Atalanta.
Juventus should have
No.
got a point out of that game for me.
No.
Yeah.
They
I
got
think-
deserve to lose. That's it. Never mind
I
that
think
they don't play good.
I think you're drawing at straws. You're saying, oh, if Chiesa normally scores that goal, we
No.
tie 1-1.
Frank,
right?
Oh, well, look at the chance, Frank.
Frank,
The
I'm
ball
like,
hit the
Play the way
crossbar.
he used to play.
Frank, I'm like the biggest Juventus hater,
Yeah,
and they
right,
deserve
same.
the point.
Yeah,
No, they did.
right.
Why? Because
Yeah.
it's Dybala crossbar?
No, they
No.
had better chances, and they possessed the
Rabiot,
ball more,
even
especially in that
Rabiot
second
was
half.
about to score.
Yeah, the goalie made a nice save. Musa,
Beautiful
okay,
save by Musso.
So he got a chance. What he did.
Okay, so wait, let me ask you a question. Is the goalie not there to make saves?
Yeah, but by the occasion, what we talk about occasion? What he did that a lot?
He is,
Okay,
but they
Atalanta
deserve
first-
better.
The
What he
first
did?
half, Atalanta didn't even let us come out of half unless
Well,
Frank,
but they
what
didn't
did
get
they
a
do
goal.
offensively,
Didn't get a
though?
goal.
They did
We had
nothing.
We had 8 people behind the ball. That's why.
Yeah, but didn't get a goal. Even if we're Chelsea, we were 1-1 nothing. Play like that.
Let me ask you. Do
Even
we
in the
win?
first, when we played lost for nothing with Chelsea, the first half we did like that. What are you talking
We had
about?
4 or 5 giveaways that we gave to them. right, in the first half that we missed passes. We didn't win one header on offense and a corner kick or on defense and a corner kick.
But they
Our
never
only
did.
player that attacks
And the shot on goal, where you see, Frank?
so what the shots on goal?
No, don't talk. What is the shot on goal? Look, Juventus 115, 2?
Yeah, we had 2 on net.
7?
They had 1.
7. Why you got a 7? Outside?
And we had 15?
7 shots, 1 on goal. Why is it so hard to read?
Yeah. Like, you guys, you also are not taking anything.
Frankie, you talk about possession. 50% Juventus for possession.
59.
When Atalanta has the ball all the time in the other game.
Atalanta let us come out the second half.
Well, let's come out.
Okay, so we had 59% of possession. What chances did we create? What did we
More,
do?
his point is more than Atalanta.
The poster with all of the ball. That's your look at chance.
Guys,
right?
you're focusing on should we have gotten a point. That's what you're focusing on. I'll go,
No, but at least 1 point.
No,
At least 1 point.
My
But
point.
the chance, if there was a team to win, it was Juventus.
My point, and I think Chris was making the same point, is we rag on Juventus constantly, me and Chris. But compared to their other games, this was not as bad as an effort as I've seen in other.
They just got destroyed by Chelsea.
To play this game.
It was better than that.
Because they just got destroyed by Chelsea, so they had to come out and at least prove that they weren't like, Serie D players playing in Serie A.
I mean,
Frank, don't bring yourself so.
No, I'm going to bring Chelsea because it's the same week.
Even if Rabiot to play good this game.
Rabiot did not play good this game.
I don't think he played good. I think McKennie was by far their best player.
Yeah,
McKennie was playing well until he got hurt. You guys, the bar has gotten so low where now we expect them to play bad. So if they get 2 or 3 chances on goal, we're like, we did.
Yeah, but you have to compare with the other team, Frank.
Yeah, because what we're saying is Atalanta didn't really play well. They deserved a point.
What he did in Atalanta? Come on.
Okay, I'm not saying this is the best game.
Juventus because we know we can be better.
The people that impressed me. The people that impressed me on Atalanta was Musso because that save on Rabiot. Demiral, I thought, had a very good game on both Morata and Dybala. He was very strong. And Zapata's finish was a world-class finish. Other than that, their team really didn't do much.
Yeah, but again, who on our team did well?
McKennie.
No,
McKennie, and he got
but
hurt.
Overall, as a team, I thought they had a lot of chances.
I read a lot of things. I read the room of fuel. They are more dynamism than the Juventus. What they did in that game?
They're better than our midfield.
Yeah, but they're better. But that game they didn't do nothing.
Okay, so then if I'm hearing you right, hearing you right,
he's good. You have to treat him as good all the time.
So if I'm hearing you right, then if they come play another game like this in a row, then you're happy. That's good.
No, I don't think
that's what you're saying.
Frank, you got him tilted, man. He's upset with you.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. What do you
say?
No,
let me not say that. So, truly,
so both teams suck is what you're saying.
To win.
No, we could have tied 1-1. Great.
No, we could have win.
Okay, and we could have also lost, which is what
happened. That's the game. That's the soccer game.
Yeah.
But to say they deserve to win and we deserve to lose, they go a lot.
Hello, you're concentrating like this is a running issue that we've had with this team for 4 months.
As I say, we love Atalanta. They're a beautiful game. All right, that game they didn't do nothing. That's it.
Well, they put one in the net. We didn't do that.
Yeah, they put it in the net for luck, for our mistake. Nobody they got there. They got there nice. No.
Yeah, both teams didn't play great, and we could have tied. We could have won. But the point is, I don't really even concentrating on the 3 points or the 2 points or whatever.
Never mind that we suck those season. We're not good.
But then why are we
talking about? We got to talk about Juventus Atalanta.
Right, and we can't pick out one player that played good.
Like we talk about Udinese, Juventus, with the two papere cose. They deserve a point.
No.
If what that guy wasn't there.
No, that game
No,
they
we
actually
talk about the
controlled.
game.
Yeah, the outcome isn't always just, and he's talking about what he actually saw on the field on what he thought could have been a result.
Okay, so
or
how
what
many
a fair
chances did
result
we
was.
create then? How many
More
More,
than
more
that.
than them. More
At
than
least
them.
more
That's
than
the
them.
point he's making. Would you agree with
Let's
that?
go.
More than them?
Count to the way. Count to the way. How many chances they had?
Frank, who had more chances?
Okay, so who defended us?
Who defended? Demerol played his ass off. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you guys are being very nice to Juventus when they didn't play. No one played good.
No, we don't say we're not nice with Juventus. We just say what
We're
have
never
to
nice.
say.
We were watching the game and we're just
Frank,
saying what we observed.
I can't stand Juventus for the last 3 seasons.
He really
and I'm
can't.
telling
Watching
you.
the game with him is ridiculous.
I fall asleep. I can't take it anymore. And they deserved more than the result, I think.
Okay, so it's that type of year. I mean, that's happened to them 7 times. Udinese, Empoli. There's been a lot of games where they haven't gotten that
That's a
result.
7 times it's count. So you want to give it 7 points? 7
Yeah,
times.
okay, I'm saying that could
Yeah,
very
no,
well happen.
it's an old. I told you, I don't like Allegri
Yes.
because I think the fault is his fault.
That's what I'm saying. So
I think it's his fault. He doesn't know how to use a player.
exactly.
He doesn't know how to. Not even think to bring a young player in there.
This is my point. So let's just say that those games went the opposite way and they got 7 more points, right, than what they have right now. And they were sitting
And
wherever
most is
that.
our fault.
Where would
Most
that?
is our fault because you see, he just found out we are enough for the championship. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we have to try to get to the 4th place.
I like
Beautiful.
what
You just found out. We've been there 2 years and we say the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if we would have gotten these
Yeah, but
points,
what
like,
he did to change the situation?
nothing.
But
And
now
that's what I'm saying.
you guys are talking about different things now. So we
Our
can't go on to
producer's
that
growling in the background. I don't know what the hell.
because
his
I think
problem
he
is.
doesn't like the bleeding, that the loud screaming in his ears are probably bleeding.
We're not screaming. We're Italian. This is
Definitely not screaming.
It's like Christmas dinner up in this bitch.
Let's stick to this actual game because if we go off to that, it's gonna be going a little crazy. Anything else about this game? We've all said our points as far as who thought we played better or whatever. All that.
DeLitt had his worst game of the year. One game
Yeah,
that can happen.
And
He
that's
played
what
bad.
I tell you. He's not tranquil.
Yeah.
His
He
passing
can't-
was off. Everything was bad.
Another thing. Did you see at the end of the game how many people went under the
Four
the fence?
players.
5.
5 players. Sorry, 5 players.
The quadrado a little bit in there.
Went under what?
So after the game, they go to the
To
fans to
say
apologize
bye
and all
to
that.
the fans.
Yeah.
There was only 5 players from the whole
Because
team that went to go.
That's what I
acknowledge
mean.
the
This is
fans.
not a
Yeah.
good sign here. Like, this is not a team that's together. It's just Morata.
Let's
Honestly,
agree.
I like Morata, but he's not. You can't be our main
I like
forward
him
and play
too,
like
but he cannot be our forward.
No,
No.
he can't be our forward. And the
Forward
No,
like
but
a
I give you something though, because we have midfield that suck.
yeah.
So no matter who you have forward, if you don't have a midfield who can pass the ball, they cannot
Agreed.
do nothing.
They're gonna have less chances for sure.
think-
But I tell you now. Let's go back to Allegri. Oh, we have just Morata. Why you tell him to go back too much and to pass the ball back?
Yeah, but you also see Dybala go back to our own 18 because the team reeks and they can't get him the ball.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
but-
He was back, yeah.
But teach Morata not to pass the ball back too much, too long. And the most you can get it on the side. That
Yeah.
you should tell them.
Choose different outlets. Yeah.
But that's part of the criticism, right? Can you actually say Allegri's worked on movement off the ball for this team? They don't even they have no movement off the ball.
When is the last time? When is the last time Sandro did the good game or did the good cross?
4 years ago, his first year.
5 see.
5 years.
So how long did it take to put a Pellegrini or
Exactly.
the winter or
Exactly.
the winter?
Exactly. There's so many people to blame here, right? It's like, listen, as much as I hate Bonucci, right? And you know me,
He's
I
playing
give
well.
him he's playing well. The only guy who attacks a freaking corner that tries to win a head ball, the only guy. And as much as we love DeLitt because he's got class and he's 21 years old, I think I texted Daddy or I called him or somebody. I said, listen, Kayleen is 112 years old, but if he's on the field, we win at least half the freaking crosses. Could we win a head ball? Could we do something? Like, can we have 4 passes together?
Frank, did you notice something else? When Allegri put it, Bonucci and Dalit, how many times he switched them right to left?
Yeah, a lot of
Lots. He don't even close. He don't even know what they play well.
no consistency.
Yeah.
We've been saying it all season.
Every game
Poorly
he changes
constructed
the
team.
different formation.
Yep.
What is this?
So
And I will say,
Poloweski suck, but you don't give him
No, he
didn't get a
does
chance.
suck.
Yeah.
He sucks.
You have to cross your fingers. Arsenal makes a dumb bid for him, man. You have to hope.
At this point, you're lucky if they give you $10 million for him. He's 21, but I mean,
In the
you got to loan him somewhere and let him play.
In the meantime, you put a Bernardeschi all the time.
Yeah, Bernardeschi plays all. I mean, at one point we had a side of I think Sandro Rabiot and Bernardeschi on one side of the field. I mean, that's like playing like -3 people on that side of the field.
Even when you put a George, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I text the twins and Dominic.
Wake up.
I text the twins Dominic. I said, "Does it say in Kyrie George's contract that he can't play more than 5 minutes per game? Because he doesn't come in before the 85th minute."
It's frustrating. Yeah, so we can move on. We can do this now, or we can save it for another week because we're running a little long. We could talk about the Juventus. Their offices getting raided. I don't know if you guys want to talk about
I think we should talk about it. It's pertinent. Let's talk.
You want to talk about it right now?
Yeah.
You got to stay on task with this then, because you can't be going another 30 minutes on them.
So Dan, explain what they got raided for, real quick.
I was hoping you were going to explain, but basically they raided the Juventus offices because of little
dubious accounting procedures.
Dubious accounting procedures, but mostly about in regards to their player values on what they were selling people for and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because people like Portanova getting
$20 million.
valued at.
Yeah, but that's it's not just Juventus. Just be another team.
No, yeah. So there were 40 cases, I think, and it spanned a bunch of teams, but Juventus was the team that was most.
Daniel, this they say they do in all Europe.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So what is it the fraud?
I 100% agree with you. I think this is a total witch hunt against you, Juventus, and it's just every team does this. Every single team. That's what's been the criticism of like these valuations for years, right? Like, hey, I'm going to give you this guy for $15 million. You're like, if I had to buy him with cash, I'd pay you $3. Like it's been, and now you want to come against Juventus. I think it's ridiculous.
And they refer even in 2006 when Calciopoli,
Calciopoli
and Morgan and everybody else, they've been assaulted. All of them at the end. They're going to sue them for calumny, probably.
Yeah. I mean,
so what's the end game here? Like, what do you think?
Well, the end game is that Juventus by punishment, they could get demoted. They could lose championships in the past that they've won. Like, these are all threats that have happened to them, or people are saying. So there is serious repercussions that could happen.
Listen, I think in Serie B, our team comes in top 4 at least.
they get into that playoff for that third promotion spot.
Don't be funny. Because listen to me. There was a situation already. 2 situations. 2008 and 2009, there was Inter Milan, and they were accused for the same thing, and they were assaulted.
Yeah.
And there was just a Chievo. They get the 3-point penalization, and Cesena failed. Completely got away because
they get
bankrupt?
Did they get fined too?
About the exchange, it is two teams that talk. And they agree.
Yeah, but
they exaggerate the price, but it's not. It's illegal. They say.
Like his forehead.
Nobody can prove. And the problem is another problem. This they say for Napoli, Osimhen is the same situation.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah, I said it. It's not just Juventus. Yeah. Juventus was the team that was most looked at.
Yeah, but they talk about Juventus because nobody like Juventus.
Because they're the best team in the country. Of course, they're going to talk about Juventus.
Because remember, in Italy, it's 50% they are Juventus, 50% they are against Juventus.
I will say this. So I will say this though. If this is a thing, right? Like the only place this could actually get them in trouble. I'm not even saying that they could get in trouble for the league, right?
Not
like
sure.
It's stupid. The only place that I would have an issue with this, believe it or not, is a lawsuit from the people that own shares in the team.
Well,
Because,
it's a publicly
traded company.
thing. Yeah.
So when you're having accounting and saying, "Look, we made an extra $15 million on this player," and it's bullshit. Essentially, you're lying to all the shareholders.
They cannot prove. There is no proof.
What do you mean? There's no proof. So where are
There
they
is
getting this from?
no
Then
accusation. They don't have. They say we heard. Oh, they say They say they went to Paratic office and they found all the papers. They prepared for him. Even in 2 years he left. They went to his office and they found. They found
a lot of sex toys too.
I would have loved to be in that.
But let me ask you this: so when they complete the transaction with these transfers, right, of Portanova or whoever little guy in there, don't they have to put a value with that player on the paperwork?
Yes. But people question these when these were happening too. If you remember Pjanic for Arthur, but both teams were like, what the hell? How are both these guys this amount of money? Nobody considered them those amounts. So
well, we said that back then, right? That was to help them with accounting.
What they do? Juventus and Barcelona. What do they do to both?
Well, Barcelona's been thought after too on that.
They value 80 million.
Yo, how bad is Arthur? Jesus, I forgot he's on the team.
So I mean, listen, I think because it's Juventus, I could see them following this and giving them some point penalization.
Yeah, it's not over.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's
no. They don't do nothing because there is nothing in there.
I think it's almost impossible to.
It's nothing.
It's impossible.
Be sure there is nothing. It's
already to prove.
Because you see, why they talk about Juventus and then not talk about the other team who did the deal with?
Well, they mentioned them.
But again, they did.
They mentioned them.
No, they don't mention the name. They don't do name.
No, they didn't do specific teams. You're right, but
they don't do name. They just mention Juventus.
But Napoli's going
to be one of those teams that Osimhen deal. People
have been saying was fishy as hell. Napoli, not with Juventus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think. Look, Juventus makes headlines, like Daddy said. If you're either pro Juventus or anti Juventus, but I think where does this end? Right at a certain point, it's like, then go after every team. Then,
well, if you're gonna lose points, this is the season to do it.
But it would be points for
next season. Evaluation. They do themselves.
But
you know what I heard? And they want everybody say, if you talk about the Police Valence, nobody's. He can participate in the championship.
Yeah, that whole system is stupid. Yeah,
it's stupid. Because
Juventus is the whole team that put money in there that belong to the Fiat. The other team, they have to Arab, they have to oil, Chinese.
Yeah.
It's also
Juventus are in trouble. They increase they bring 400 million more.
It's also a transfer market, right? So a market, the way a market works is you sell or buy things based on what someone's willing to pay you for them. So if I tell you, hey, would you like this tremendous player? His name is Sandro. I value him at $74 million. And Dan runs a team and he's stupid enough to go, $74 million for a Brazilian fullback?
I was going to give you 80.
Yeah, I was going to give you 80. Then his value's 80 that day, right? Doesn't mean he can go ahead and sell him again for 80 because maybe he's the last.
It's even shadier than that, though. It's I don't know.
Well, I think the point that they're trying to make,
each other's backs and help each other out. That's the part
that's the point because it's like they're trying to get around rules.
So really quick, like Juventus in general have an awesome relationship, so that doesn't surprise me. They love each other.
All of this exchange, there is no movement of money. Those matter of fact, why they don't take Rams? Because that's money. You have to give 7.5 money, legal money. And the exchange, there is no movement of money, just a number.
Right. So it's all fake, right? Because are you going to put him down for something that's a loss? You say, listen, I need $5 more million for this guy. I'll give you $5 more million.
They're putting him for more than what it's worth. So that and you should get in trouble for that. If you are doing
they
that,
should
you
fix
should
the
get
system, right? They should fix the system.
Yeah, but how?
Because
how do you fix that?
I don't know. It's very hard because
whatever they do, they exaggerate. There is a paper that say Portanova will give it for 8 million. There is a paper in there.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's 8 million, and they gave it 10 and 2 million they put in their pocket.
No, even 8 seems dumb to me.
But isn't the whole basis of that saying that they made money allows them to spend more money, right? Isn't that the whole thing? Like
you can only spend what you make.
Loss.
You can only spend what you make. You can't.
So in a way, it's kind of lying, right? Because you go, okay, like I made money, $2 million with Portanova, $5 million with this guy, when really it's not. It's fake money, so they can go spend more money. That's
but I wonder one thing. I wonder, ask myself one thing. Although we saw PSG, Manchester City, they have the Arab. I wonder what they do with the rest. And all the money they spend, how would they balance they both?
Well, that's the curious part, right? It's like people spend hundreds of millions of dollars, and what they're saying they're
Hundred,
making that, and they're making that money.
But teams in the Premier League make a lot of money.
They do.
Dude.
They do make a lot of money.
They make what the television, direct television. That's what it is.
That's
how much they pay the player.
Yeah, it's all relevant to what the league is.
Yeah,
They're all they make more money. We're gonna stop on this anyway. We've just I wanted to point it out because I'm sure we're gonna hear.
Does this put the nail in the coffin with Vlahovic potentially going to Juventus?
Well, that's what Go ahead.
Are you going to go there?
No, I was going to say that they better make that move quick because
I don't think they're going to. Think about it. If you're Vlahovic and you're going, wait, this team's not going to be in the Champions League. They're in trouble.
No, but it's going to be Juventus.
Maybe
Juventus. Remember, Juventus. It's the home of about 10 Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
count.
That's fine. How many goals can he score in Serie B?
Vlahovic, he like to play in Italy. You don't want to go abroad. You like to play in Italy. What better chance better than Juventus? With Juventus, he's going to win.
Blame Nedved.
We'll see. We'll see how we're going to hear every week. There's going to be probably new parts to this story that's coming out. Let's go to another game because we gotta start talking about other things.
And you know what the problem with Vlahovic is? Not Vlahovic. The problem is Commisso. And this guy, he say he's Juventus fan, but now he's the president of Fiorentina.
Okay, well,
he'd rather give it to somebody else or raise the.
He said a decision will be made by December. Let's move on to the Milan game. Because this was the upset of the week, I would think, right? 3-1 Sassuolo win over Milan. 2 losses in a row for Milan. 2 terrible games. Actually, this is coming off the midweek Champions League game where they won, which was great result for them. They actually still have a shot at advancing in the Champions League.
Sassuolo gave a listen to me.
Yeah,
they did, but Milan is. I mean, you don't have Tomori, Tonali, and Kessié. Like that's
they played.
They were on the bench.
Yeah, but they didn't start, and Tomori's out.
They didn't start. This is the coach business. He don't want to start.
I know
because they had the midweek game, so he wanted to rest them.
So
was it smart to play two
midfielders? And the other guy, and
who never played with each other ever. So it was the first game playing together, which is stupid.
That's a nice excuse. He decided
it was not smart.
Tonal and then the bench. That's a nice excuse.
Okay. On a Milan side, just a couple of things for them. They got Mignon back. Their right side of the field is atrocious. How good their left side is, their right side gives them nothing.
Because they have no Calabria.
No Calabria. Yeah, no Calabria is a big miss. But, I mean, everything that they were doing was trying to go down the left. It was like if I'm defending them, I'm double-teaming Leao and Hernandez that entire time. Because they're not going to switch it to the other two guys. They suck. For me, that was not good for them. Tomori missing was the other huge thing. Romagnoli is not good. And this is my fear for he's a free agent and some team's going to snap him up like Juventus. The guy is slow. He can't defend.
He's not going to go Juventus because he wants to stay to Milan.
Listen, he's going to have to take He's not getting a raise. That guy sucks. I hope
he starts alongside Rugani for Inter next year.
Yeah, I don't know how that would happen, but
I don't know, but I would love it to see it.
That was for me the biggest thing was that Scamacca was just beating him up, and Berardi is just burning him with speed. He takes a player down for a red card because he just got burnt with speed again. He was really bad. I don't care that he scored a goal. Congrats, you scored a goal. You suck. You're not good. And I've said that for 3 years now. Romagnoli.
It's okay. It wasn't his fault they lost.
Two goals were.
Sassuolo kicked the ass.
Well, one goal was directly his fault, and then he got a red card. So I mean, he was pretty involved in why they sucked. Comments.
Who does the stats?
Who does the stats?
Dan makes them up.
ESPN did the stats.
Milan 15. What is? I don't see well. And 2 on
15. Milan had 15 shots, 2 on goal. One of them went in.
I don't know who does the stats. Oh.
Guys, thoughts on Sassuolo?
I think listen, Berardi played good. I like Fratesi. I think he played
Lopez played good, man.
Yeah, the midfield played well.
They know how to play. You see, they know how to play. They're good player. They follow the coach. The coach is not a smart, like a leg.
Yeah.
Look, technically, their midfield is better than Juventus' midfield.
Everybody back in the defense.
The good thing about Sassuolo is they don't have any guys that are like
Ibrahimovic didn't touch a ball. You know how many times Ibrahimovic went offside?
Yeah,
that's what I mean. They don't have a Abramovich who's going to be like, a jerk about it.
Still, I don't understand. Gerard was there.
He's hurt
on the bench. And why they didn't squeeze?
I think he's hurt.
I don't know if Giroud was hurt or not. I don't know what his deal is. They put in Pellegrini so I'm assuming Giroud wasn't available.
Yeah, Pellegrini to show you put instead of 3 points, 4 points.
No, I don't agree. I don't think he's a great
player. I don't agree with the 4 points, 5 points. If you did the team that come from behind.
Yeah. So Poot said in the chat, if you didn't see the play on when Berardi scored his goal, please go back and watch it. Romagnoli actually does eat dirt. He slams his head into the ground. That's how bad he gets. I thought he had a concussion. That's how bad he hit the ground on that. He's a terrible defender.
He slipped though.
No, he slipped after. He got beat first and then he slipped. He's not good. You guys haven't even mentioned Scamacca though. Like, no props to him on that first goal.
Nah, it was beautiful.
It's a nice goal. It was a nice take for sure.
Let's talk about the Scamacca. He did a beautiful goal. How much space he got?
Wow, there was no one near him.
He had the chance to stop.
So it came off of a terrible back pass from Bakayoko, who he just passed it to the other team.
I think if Tomori was there, he would not score like that.
No, he would have had a harder time for sure. And then Scamacca scored from like 20, 25 yards out. Curler, top right corner. Magnan had no chance. It was a beautiful shot.
So you know what that reminds me of? Did you guys see the Zudi show that came out on
Not
yet. I watched it.
There's a scene in there where they're in the locker room, and I think it was someone asked Insigne about the goal he scored from Belgium, right? And he was just basically saying, they were like talking. I forget who he was talking to. He was just like, yeah, they just kind of they didn't come out. I had a ton of space. And I just went up and I just shot it because I think
so he was comparing Portugal to Belgium, and he said Portugal is much more technical and harder to play against. Belgium doesn't really give you that. So then he was like, yeah, they were just letting me do whatever I wanted, and I shot it and it went in.
But this is exactly what we're talking about. When we see with Juventus defenders and Romagnoli, right?
The tiro a giro. Yeah. Insigne say he imitates Del Piero all the time. Himself. He says he's imitating Del Piero. Yeah. Del Piero wants to do all the time whenever he wants.
But my point is, a lot of defenders do that. They give up too much space, they back up, and then they let the forward,
But again, they were put in a bad spot, the defenders, because of that terrible back pass from Bakayoko. He just gave the ball to the other team. So I see what you're saying, but also they were left, in no man's land because of that.
You see, sometimes it's the choice of the coach that loses the game. It's important to put the right team. The best team in the beginning.
That was the point I was making. Benacer and Bakayoko shouldn't have started.
Pioli, he wants to give a rest to Chiesa and Tonali, so he paid.
Yeah,
because Benacer and Bakayoko and Denico. Plus, did you see Chiesa wasn't playing the way you know how? You should think about the contract.
I think this is something that's a common theme, right? Like, I don't think these teams are good at navigating all these games.
It's hard to do that.
They turn over
harder than you think.
It's harder, but these players should be better. Benacer and Bakayoko should be better. Now, if you put them for the first time together and they're not used to playing it, that's your fault. Because as a coach, you should think, I got these games to I got these games to manage. There's going to be an opportunity where this is a midfield I'm thinking about playing. Let me get them some time together so they don't show up and go, hey, who are you? You're on my team? Like, let me play with you for the first time.
See, when something could go wrong, the whole team, the thing is that Sassuolo played too well. The whole guy I wasn't seeing the Sassuolo, he was the Greek, the guy on the left side.
Kyriakopoulos.
Even him did a beautiful game because they played beautiful.
They played really, really well.
Well, they play fast. And they move the ball fast. They play simple.
They didn't make no mistake on the passing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a solid game for them, and they needed that win because they haven't been performing all that well. For Milan, it's 2 games lost in a row. Now they're not even tied for first. They're in second and only 1 point ahead of Inter. Like, this is not a good trend for them. They need to fix it and fix it quick because they got teams on their tail.
Frank, can you say Bakayoko but not Shin City? Yes, this is true.
So we'll see. I mean, there's games this week, and we'll see if Milan can.
You see, but let's go to Milan, Napoli, Lazio.
Yeah, we're going to switch to that. Yeah.
This game was disgusting.
This was the best game Napoli played.
4-0 Napoli, by the way.
Everything, believe me, everything is relative. Because you see, they played too good, the Lazio played too bad.
That was really bad.
They played too beautiful.
It was the perfect sport.
Lazio, the one I saw Lazio, I saw just Sarri, as I usually take notes. What do you think? What do we eat tonight?
We suck. That's what
he was writing down. Rugani will save us, and that's what.
Yeah, save Rugani. You see, Luis Felipe is sucking right now.
It's not good either. Yeah.
The guy that bought for Napoli, he looked like he does his little game, like he stay on the corner. There was one player when he used to play with me at the intern. He used to play on the part of the field that didn't take the sun. He was the same. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, for Lazio,
I think it's a relative. Plus, if you see, what's his name? Number 10, Lazio. What's his name? Alberto is using bad. Sarri used bad because Alberto play good when he play. He come from behind on the right side. He used on the left side up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in the wrong
Sarri
spot.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
From Lazio side, because then we got to give Napoli credit after.
And he used Milan Kosavic used on the right. He should have put a vice versa because Luis Alberto, when he come from behind, he played better. This is a technique. This is a tactic I'm talking about. I'm not talking bullshit.
Okay, I know, but you said it, so you just said it again. Are you done? So we had.
And this is tell you, all this is beautiful coach. This is a beautiful coach. They don't even know they're playing. They don't
we
even
get
know
it. Sorry, sucks. We know he sucks. That's why he got fired for Juventus for 1 year. The guy sucks.
But he's got nice tracksuits.
He does have nice tracksuits, and I like his little cigarettes and his little pencil there. Their defense, not only does their defense suck, their center defense not playing well, but their midfielders don't track back and don't like to defend. So it's a terrible combination where there's huge gaps in between the midfield and defense who aren't pushing up and pressuring. And you get shots from Ruiz outside the box. You get Mertens to shoot from wherever he wants. How is Reina supposed to save any of these when you have people not defending in front or from behind? It was terrible.
I will say it's a good sign for Napoli, though, right? Because
for sure.
I said when Osimhen got hurt, I said, if Martins comes back and hits some form for 10 games, and so far he's off to a good start.
I want to say one thing. Sorry, with this note, he don't see Patrick Kissing, don't do nothing with him sing at all. Yeah. He should not give a suggestion or something because should people answer before.
Yeah,
he was writing.
I don't know what do you tell?
The notes are for tomorrow at practice. Yeah, the notes are for practice tomorrow.
Right, so let's not do this when we meet the next time.
Let's not play this bad next time. That's what the note says.
You know what I tell you? I talk too much soccer. I think if the people who would hear me the way I talk, maybe they would consider talk about soccer.
I think you should apply for the Lazio job.
Yeah,
I think you should apply for the Juventus job.
Come on.
Chris, what were you going to say? You were going to say something about this.
I don't know, man. I'm just laughing over here.
The same with the Lazio, he was immobile. He wasn't trying to do something, moving. The rest,
And you always get that effort from him.
He always
I've
moves,
never questioned his effort.
I told you the difference. Luis Alberto and Milinkovic, you should switch Luis Alberto on the right from behind and Milan on the left.
Mhm.
You know, more up because Milinkovic is good with the head too. He can score.
Write him an email or something.
Oh, what it was? Yeah.
Does he have a Twitter? Tweet him.
Does he have room on that paper after it says, let's not play like this again next time?
You look at the tape. I want to ask him if I was a fan. What do you write there? Say, what do you write?
No one's ever asked him that before.
You know, when I used to play, there was a coach, right? And you know, from the tribuna, they used to throw coins. Come on, get the break.
I mean, can we talk about now? I mean, I talked about Napoli a little bit. I mean, Frank, you mentioned
it's a beautiful game. As I say, it was relative. The beauty, too much beauty, and too much.
I think it was the perfect game for Napoli, right? Like the other team left too much space. Napoli was able to play through it. Every touch they took towards goal was the perfect shot. And it was just
suggestion from Sarri.
Listen, nobody feels like a bigger asshole than me. I picked Lazio to win this game, and so I did not know that it was going to be the unveiling of Maradona's statue, and there was going to be a big ceremony. If I knew all that flair was going around, I would have definitely not picked against Napoli.
Daniel, what's bad because in a game like this, Napoli Lazio, in the beginning, you say Lazio can play the game.
Yeah,
you can give it something. But when you see play like that, see someone who
2-0 in 10 minutes
and nothing happened.
Dude, after that game, I'm not picking Lots the rest of the season.
I like a little bit too. I like a little bit from Lazio, Pedro.
I've been saying that. Pedro has a good sense of the ball. He's got a good he knows his surroundings. He knows where to go. He's a good player.
Listen, in a way, the only redemption of this crappy year so far has been, I think when we did our preseason before it started, I think one of the comments we made and we agreed on was like Lazio, when you add in the fact that Sarri's the coach and how inconsistent they normally are, that I was like, they're not going to come in the top 4. They're not going to come they're going to come 6, 7, whatever.
Well,
and I just think that's looking better and better.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lazio, when I saw the season, them and Roma were the two teams in the top 7 that could either be at 1 or all the way at 7. Like they can land anywhere on that group, and you're seeing that they're just not good enough and not consistent enough, and they're not
deep enough. Their roster's weak, man.
Hey, all the Napoli play, they all play beautiful. Mertens look like more better than Maradona.
Yeah, he looked.
That's
amazing.
what I'm saying.
Mertens
Mertens looked like he's back 2 years ago.
He goes doing whatever he wants.
Yep.
Tranquil.
Zelinski is so good going forward. Ruiz from the outside. They don't have Anguissa. They don't have Osimhen. It didn't matter. They play like that. They don't need those two till Christmas or whenever the hell they're coming back. So that was a great result from them. Mm-hmm. And I hope they can continue that until those two come back.
Listen, at this point, I'm pulling for Napoli to win over Inter and Milan.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I want Napoli.
If I had a choice of those 3, I want Napoli to win.
Let them win all the rest of the games, in fact. Yeah. Beat every single team.
Dom, pull up the scores for the rest of the games.
Although there is this guy from this journalist from Napoli, Isaac. I don't know if he's so bad.
Let's call him out. Challenge him to a boxing match.
They asked him about Napoli today and then transmission. You know what he started to talk about? Juventus. Why ask you about Napoli?
Got to get those jabs in.
Well, maybe we should add him to our show because we always talk about Juventus.
When a win like that, they ask to talk about Napoli. He started to talk Juventus.
He said, check their books. Check their books.
Is that what he said?
No, I have no idea. Maybe
he should have.
I did told him, we talk about ask you about Napoli. What you talk about Juventus?
Yeah, it's okay. So the rest of the games, really quickly, we're not going to spend a long time on these. Cagliari versus Salernitana. Both teams need a win. What do? They tie 1-1. So they're both in 19th and 20th.
They're both in Serie B.
They're both in probably Serie B. Empoli with a 2-1 victory over Fiorentina. They came back and they scored 2 goals within like 3 minutes late in the game, and they shocked Fiorentina at the end.
Freaking Fiorentina, man.
Yeah.
They get out of their own way.
This about this game, I tell you one thing. This I tell you, Fiorentina va pancia piena.
From what? Coming in 17th?
No, because
15th,
they underestimate them. They thought they would have.
Empoli's a good team. Nobody should underestimate. They've beaten a lot of good teams already.
No, but they didn't play the way they play Juventus.
No, but Ponce Piena means
The
you won
motivation,
something.
He called them pussies? What did he say?
No, he said they have a full stomach, right? They weren't motivated,
Right.
but they
I don't
haven't
think
done. They haven't done anything.
Yeah,
they haven't
it's-
won anything. Like how?
It's
can
not
they
even
have-
half of the season over.
Yeah.
But no, ma for some team, Fiorentina, they look to play Juventus. Another team.
Every team looks
That's
forward to
right.
play Juventus.
Everybody about 1-2 game, Torino, play Juventus. There.
All right.
Just to,
Samp beat Hellas Verona 3-1. Kondreva, another goal and assist. Just got to point that out every time he
Yeah.
does
Well,
something.
okay. So who's to say Kondreva can't be part of the national team? By the way,
I said that weeks ago. I would want
I
him on the
know.
national team.
if you can play like this, you have to take.
why not? Why can't he be?
I'm
one?
100% behind that. I love
I
that.
tell
Yeah,
you,
Caputo too.
I tell you another things about Kondreva. If it was me was the coach, then about the national team, I would have put him on the right side.
That's where he
Fullback
plays.
on the-
That's
Oh,
fullback
you're
on the
right
right
fullback,
side.
you're saying. I don't think he can defend all that much, but
Right?
I would put him on. I would take
Fullback on the
Calabria.
right side.
I would take
Imagine
Calabria and Kondreva.
Pinazzola.
nobody
I would take-
crosses the ball better than Kondreva in the entire
I would
league.
take Kondreva. Listen, in an ideal world, I think I would take Kondreva and Calabria on the right, Spinazzola, and the best of DeMarco, and who else am I forgetting on the
Di
left?
Lorenzo.
Di Lorenzo. Like that's who I would take because Kondreva, if he's in form.
All right, yeah, we'll talk
Our
about
producer
it. We'll have
keeps
plenty
yelling
of
at
time.
us. I think we should
Yeah.
fire him after.
He wants to go to bed. Inter 2-0 win over Valencia. Valencia is not a bad team. That was a good win for Inter. They should win that game, but it was a good. Valencia wasn't terrible. Udinese Genoa 6:30 in the morning on Sunday 0-0. I didn't even click the highlights for this game because
Hey,
that's disgusting.
did I tell you what Shevchenko,
Shevchenko.
the coach, the general coach, say about Rovella? He say he can play all position on the midfield. He's
Yeah.
smart and
Oh,
everything.
shit.
He can pass it everything.
Why
Wait
did
until
he take
Juventus
that
sells him
job?
to somebody next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait for
because they
that.
got to make up that money. And he says, I don't want to play in the second division when you guys get demoted. Put me on a
Would you
a
be
good team."
shocked if the Vlahovic deal ends up being Ravella going in that deal? Because that's the type of things they've done. You think Camiso and them are stupid? Like, okay, give me
All right.
45 million in Ravella.
Spezia 0, Bologna 1. Bologna dominated this game. They had tons of shots. They could have had 4 or 5 goals. Rome beat Torino 1-0. Abraham
They
scored.
Roma didn't deserve to win.
Well, I mean, Abraham scored. What do you mean? Torino
Yeah, Torino played better than them.
they had chances, but they can't win away. It seems like they keep losing away games, Torino. So they got to figure that out. And then we talked about it was a low-scoring week overall for all the games. We have the table really quickly. And I'm just rapid firing this. Same order as before: Napoli, Milan, Inter, Atalanta. Atalanta, Inter catch up points on Milan. Atalanta, Gasperini won Coach of the Month, and Inter's only 1 point behind Milan now. And then at the bottom, you have the scrub teams: Genoa, Cagliari, Salernitana, and you have Juventus, who's in the Conference League. Yeah, baby.
Give it time; they'll drop out of that.
Yeah.
No. I'm still optimist.
All right.
I'm not.
7 points
You know,
behind fourth place.
bet the one thing for Juventus. They have this contract with Allegri for years. If they cannot even show it, they tell him.
No, you want to
Get out
know?
of here.
You want to know the little bit of hope that I have? No, but he does have something where after 2 years that they could rip up the contract. I think there's a clause in there. But
I think
here's
if
my-
it's someone honest, he didn't get the fourth place, he should have resigned.
They're not getting
Here's
fourth.
my hope. Here's my hope for Juventus. The one, and this is total just BS optimism, right? everything that's gone wrong for Juventus in the first half of the year has happened, right? They've lost points when they should have won. They could have tied, and they got the minimum amount of points. I'm hoping the second half of the year goes the other way, kind of balances out. They win a couple points that they shouldn't get. They get lucky, and
Another thing is, Frank. Now the next 5 games should be nice to us.
I was going to bring that up. They have a very
they
easy
talk
schedule.
about 15 points. I hope we got a 10.
They're not getting 15.
We got a 10 now.
The hardest team that they play until the New Year is Bologna. The rest is a second half of the table.
Well, let's hope they can walk away with 15, so at least they can be in the top 6 when it's all said and done.
I'm thinking 8 points.
Dom, bring up our predictions just to go over that real quick. We'll just go over the totals. Chris,
by the way, did I not make a similar thing to Atalanta a few weeks back when we were looking at their next 5 games going?
No, I said that. You didn't say that.
What?
Okay, whatever.
How many have they got? Sure are they on pace?
Atalanta's playing really well. They keep winning.
Yeah.
Frank picked up 1 point. Pietro picked up 1 point. Chris picked up 2 points. I picked up 1 point. So I'm leading so far 21, 20, 17, 10. All right. It's gotten closer. You guys are catching up. He's got double digits now. So he's getting in the groove of things.
Yeah.
That being said, let's go to our predictions because we got 8 games to pick from.
The best segment on the internet.
Oh, I'm like Juventus, 10 points compared to
as he talks over the music. So we have games starting tomorrow because it's midweek and weekend. So we're gonna. So
we're picking 2 or
no? We're picking 4 and 4. I'm going all in on this. Okay.
4 and 4. Okay.
4 and 4.
What,
30th. You found the typo, producer. Good job. That should say 30th.
That's our segment. Typo of the week.
So quickly, someone pick a game, remembering that
they're sponsored by Whiteout.
Remembering their weekend games. Quickly, Chris, pick a game.
Sassuolo Napoli 1-1.
Sassuolo Napoli 1-1. Frank, what's your prediction on that one?
2-1 Sassuolo. What's
your prediction?
2-1 Sassuolo.
I'm talking to him.
Oh.
2-2.
2-2. I'm gonna say 2-1 Napoli. And remember, if those who don't know, if you get the pick right, it's 1 point. If you get the score right, it's 2 points. Frank, pick a game.
Jesus.
The 30th. It's a long night, Poot. Leave me alone.
Oh, Jesus. These games suck.
I like this rapid fire. Keep going.
Fiorentina. 2-1.
2-1 Fiorentina. Samps won 2 in a row, man.
I know. 2-2. I was gonna say Samp, but then they're away, so I'm like,
yeah. Fiorentina Sampdoria 2-2.
I'm going 1-1 draw, Chris.
2-1 Fiorentina.
All right. I will pick a game. Atalanta versus Venezia. I'm saying 1-0 Venezia.
Shut up.
1-0 Venezia. Frank,
3-0 Atalanta.
Chris says 3-0 Atalanta. Frank?
2-1 Atalanta.
What do you say?
3-1 Atalanta.
All right. Who didn't pick a game?
Me.
All right, pick one.
Genoa Milan 1-0.
Genoa 1-0. Shevchenko gets his first win.
Yeah.
That's his old team. That would be nice.
Genoa's
that would
awful.
Be cool. Yeah.
They're not good.
Genoa is not good. I don't know.
Can Ravella score all the goals for them?
3-1 Milan.
Yeah, I mean Milan's not going to lose 3 in a row, and especially not to Genoa. 2-0 Milan. Frank?
Yeah, 3-1 Milan.
All right, so that's round 15. Let's go to round 16. It might say November 30th again too. I don't know if I change this one, but
it's my favorite day.
We'll go to round 16. No, I got the dates right. Look at that. December 4th, December 6th. All right, someone pick a game. These are better games than the midweek games.
When did they all play on Tuesday?
Tomorrow games start. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So
That's
dumb.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what about the next game?
That's these.
This is the weekend games. These are the weekend games.
This is the weekend?
Yeah, we just picked the midweek games. This is weekend now.
All
right. So Napoli, Atalanta.
Shit, that's a good game, man.
2-1 Atalanta.
2-1 Atalanta. Frank?
2-2.
2-2, he says. I also say 2-2.
I was gonna go 2-2, but now I don't want to be.
You can.
I'm
do
gonna
it.
say. I'm gonna say. 3-2 Atalanta.
Wow. All right. Somebody else pick a game?
Roma Inter.
Didn't he pick a game already?
No, I did.
Rome Inter. What do you say?
1-0 Roma.
Really? 1-0 Rome?
Yeah.
Man, he really doesn't like Inter. This is where I gain points on you guys.
2-1 Inter.
3-1 Inter.
1-1.
Okay. I'm going to pick Samp versus Lazio. I'm saying 2-1 Lazio.
2-1 Samp.
1-1.
Sam's home.
1-1.
I can't pick Lots ever again. 2-1 Samp.
Okay, now who didn't pick a game? We got one more left. Frank,
Me,
I think. Bologna-Fiorentina is not a bad game. Or Venezia Hellas Verona.
Juventus Genoa.
You can do that, yeah.
0-0 tie.
2-0.
I'm dead serious with my pick, by the way. 0-0 tie.
Juventus is home. I don't know. I'm going 1-1 draw.
I was gonna say 2-0 Genoa, but no. I'm gonna say 2-1.
Genoa will be on a winning streak.
Ravella scores. 2-1 Juventus.
2-1 Juventus. All right, that's 8 games. It's a lot of games to watch, a lot of games to talk about for
I'm
next
pretty sure
Monday.
I went perfect, so if you guys want to bet the house on my bets,
pretty
I
sure
highly
you just
recommend
gained
it. Take out a
16 points,
loan.
yeah.
There's a lot of equity in homes right now. Call the bank to pull it out, do the 8-game parlay, and
Please
retire.
do not listen to him.
All right, can I go to bed? Are we done?
Yeah, we got lots to talk about. It was fun. We had a lot of good discussions. Like, subscribe, follow us on everything. Re-listen to the podcast. You just listen to it once, do it again. All right,
Put it on in your car and come back after work.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly. And catch us live again next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern.
And there's actually a Easter egg in the podcast, really, really low. So if you listen to it a bunch of times and you find the Easter egg and you get it right, you win $1 million.
Wow.
So just listen to it over and over again until you find the Easter egg.
Shut up.
Anyway, have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.